Hello, my name is Shirley Self, and I'm here to talk astrology. And today I wanted to talk about a woman whom I greatly admire, Angela Merkel. You know, I was born in 40 and was one when the United States entered World War II. And so I was immersed at a very young and impressionable age in the hatred of the Japanese and the German people. But my household carried a special antipathy toward the Germans because my mother had been orphaned and had been raised by an aunt who had married a German immigrant, Uncle Ellsworth, he called him. He was a great cabinet maker, but he had been raised in the German way, and he insisted that my mother be raised in the German way. And so we hated and feared the Germans, much more than we hated and feared the Japanese. In my house, anyway. Because the German way of raising children is vicious and cruel. A woman named Alice Miller wrote a book, and I can't remember, it came out a long time ago, called For Your Own Good. And in it she discusses Hitler's upbringing. Anyway, the German way was hard and very Calvinistic, religiously intolerant, no dancing, no having fun, etc. So the German people, it was not second nature for me to envy the Germans for much of anything, not even their cuckoo clocks, which I think are too funky for me. Anyway, so here's Angela Merkel. And so I, watching her, and she was right next to Donald Trump. I looked at the two of them and I thought, bummer. They have what we need. And nobody needed the Donald. But at that time, you know, craziness was going on. And Britons had voted to exit the European Union, of which this woman has been a powerful, powerful influence in European Union. But look at all she has here in the House of Union, the 7th house. Is she's got 4 planets in the South Node in Cancer, much like the United States. Only we don't have the South Node there. We have it in Aquarius. The United States has it right here. She's very simpatico with the United States. You can just see it in the layout of her chart. So she was born in West Germany, but she was raised in East Germany, and her family moved there. Why, you ask? Well, her father was a minister, and so he had a duty to minister to his people, and he was needed in East Germany, and so they went. And so she was raised in this very restrictive, dangerous environment. And you can see it here in her moon. She's got a moon at 15 degrees Aquarius here, in opposition to this Pluto. And I rather imagine, you think about this is 15 degrees, this is 24 degrees. So when, just in years, when this moon had moved, about the time this moon moved to 24 degrees, that was like 3 months, that's when they moved to East Germany. And you add, the difference between 24 and 15 is 9. So at about 8 and 9 years old, you can expect this to just solar arc in opposition to this Pluto. And that, going to school, must have been a real shock for her, because she was met with this resistance to wide open understanding of whatever it was she was studying. And so that led her ultimately to study the sciences, physics, because it was the least tampered with discipline that she could find. And so that's that Moon Pluto. So she understands being raised in a dictatorship. She understands and sympathizes very much with the people. So she is a moon phase 16. She's, and the way you can kind of figure that is, okay, a 15 starts when this moon got to 25 Capricorn, sorry. So difference between 25 Capricorn and 15 is 20 degrees. And so that moves it into moon phase 16, moves it through 15 into 16. So that's kind of the way you can figure it. It's, she's a 16. Now, let me refresh you about a 16. Let me have a sip of water here. I broke. Anyway. A 16 has been through, let me show you here if I can find, there we go. A 16 has been through the cycle. It's been up the Kabbalah once and is on the second rung of the ladder heading back up, a 16. It's the card is the sun. And, okay, the 16, here's the rectangle that includes the 16. These 16s, this rectangle is people who are either finishing up or starting out. And so the finishing up people influence the starting out people, and vice versa. So 16 is so there's a certain perfection here, and an ideal has been achieved. So 16 is, and 15 just glorifies that ideal until it gets bored with it, then moves on, and that is a 16. And what you're to do there, because you're the perfect ideal person, is the job is to make a perfect ideal life. And for Angela Merkel, that perfect and ideal life is right here. She's got, this is her elevated planet, is this Venus in Virgo. It's this, I gotta clean up this mess. Venus is in its fall in Virgo. It can't enjoy. It does not enjoy life that much. It has to work so hard. Feels it has to work so hard. And here is a woman willing to do that, willing to work hard. Okay, let's look at the power of, okay, maybe I should run through this for you. She's got Mars at 27 Sag in retrograde right here in the first house. Yes, this Mars. North Node is here at 14, and Chiron is here at 26 Capricorn. Moon at 15 Aquarius. We've got Fortuna conjunct the Mercury here. Mercury is at 9. Jupiter's at 12, South Node's at 15, these are Cancer. Uranus is conjunct, closely conjunct the Sun at 23 and 25, Cancer. And that Sun and Uranus are also parallel. You know, if you push it into the third dimension, That parallel makes this conjunction extremely, extremely tight and important. And powerful. And powerful. Okay, and we've got our Pluto here in Leo at 24, and the Venus at 5, Virgo. Neptune is here at 23, Libra, and Saturn is at 3, Scorpio. Here's the midheaven, is at 22, Libra. The goal, now success is put here in the 10th house. So her goal, success to her is to unite again with other countries. She's the leader. She was Chancellor of Germany for 12 years, just now stepping down. So that obligation, Neptune, obligation, right there on the midheaven, to unite and to bring fairness into government. This 10th house is government. To restore to her country the moral high ground that was so lost in World War II. What our Hollywood would do without World War II, I do not know, because it's used it well. Okay, so here we've got this Chiron is in Capricorn, and that's her wound. We all got one somewhere. It's important to pay attention to it. The door to your adventure. Chiron's in Capricorn, and Capricorn rules the midheaven. Capricorn rules the natural midheaven. And so that's government, business, and being a public person. And she is a public person. She's also a very private person. This moon here gives her an awful lot of distance, which she needs. Look at the... she's amazing to me. She's... this Mars, which is in the first house, it is can be fairly ruthless. It's retrograde, and that often brings out the worst in Mars. So it is trying to this Pluto up here, which is seen the damage done, seen the way the world is trashed through conflict, and so this is a Mars that has understanding, but boy, it's a hard ass. That Mars is a real hard ass right there in the front, in the first house. And I look at this because there's a lot of distance in this stellium here in Cancer. You remember Cancer is that urge to take care of, to commit to people, an idea, some duty. Cancer also rules separation, as rules birth. So, and she's got, in Cancer here, she's got this Sun-Aquarius conjunction, which gives her the Aquarian distance that Cancer does not usually have. It doesn't make you feel more secure, but it helps you to remove from what looks like it could be an overwhelming emotional involvement in what's going on. And she's got that tightly under control. She's got the Jupiter there, conjunct the Mercury. This Mercury is real important because of this. The Jupiter rules the ascendant. It rules this Mars. And the Jupiter in, remember, in Cancer is exalted. And so it really likes what it's doing. You know, it's a happy Jupiter. It's taking care of people and gets to feel godlike, and that just really, it feels great. And so it gives one the ability to do that, to commit, to other people in a really big and generous way. And that rules this Mars. This Mars has a mission. This her public persona carries this mission, this obligation. And Saturn's pretty good off here. It's got this trine to Mercury. Oh my goodness, that helps a lot, because it gives her stick-to-itiveness, toughness, and it helps her slow her down so that she can take her time to do it right. Doing it right is really important to her. Look at this Venus up here in Virgo, doing it right. Okay, the thing that really tickles me about this Mercury here is its aspect to the Chiron and to the Mars. Now, what this aspect is, it's 165 degrees, and it's pretty easy to find. You look for the opposition, and then you go 15 degrees on either side. And that aspect is, some call it a Queen de Chile. I find it a little too impressive for me. But anyway, this is virtually the snapping turtle of all aspects. This will not let go. This can hold on to a goal. Hold on to a goal. Hold on to the fact that the wound needs to be healed. Hold on to that. And take your time and have great ambition and self-control. One of the problems that 16 can have is, 16's where the energy, the intellectual energy is dumped in to into the path. And so 16 can have more ideas than they know what to do with. They can be overwhelmed by ideas and the imagination. They're to be guided by the imagination. That's their creative genius down at 14. So they have to fight for what they want, because what they do generally is to go against the flow. And so they're fighting a headwind all the way, because they want to accomplish something that's totally different. So 16 is also, because of its nature, of its ideal human being, looking for the ideal life and the ideal attitude toward life. And so they get beat up a lot because, like I say, a head wound. Okay. But they're incredibly tolerant. They have strong ideals about what attitudes they should have toward the world, and they try their best to do that. A lot of fiction writers, fiction, I think, writers are 16 and 17. They're very, very creative people. That's their thing, is to create a new world as best they can around them. And so that's Angela Merkel. That's what she's doing. That's what she did for 12 years. God knows what she's going to start doing now. But so we've got this Mercury, this powerful, powerful Mercury, with its aspects to the Mars Chiron, and that makes Mars connected to the Chiron makes it very healing. Chiron heals. The North Node is there. The healing needs to be done. Stability needs to be achieved. And it's right here on the cusp of the second house is Chiron. the values, people's values need to be transformed. Higher values. The moon in Aquarius there. Aquarius always wants the higher of anything. And she's got her Mercury, or her Sun conjunct Uranus. So, so that's Angela Merkel. This is because she's moved into the third quarter, the air quarter of the system, of the zodiac. This is a test of right use of power. The whole third quarter is a test of the right use of power. So that runs from 15 through 21. Setting up for 22 to have to the test of giving up of power. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, I wanted to say I felt like the iron fist with the velvet glove was really important here. But I think that her persistence, her simple single-mindedness is probably one of her best achievements. And this Mars, which is so powerful in the first house, is also out of balance south. 28 degrees and more south. So this is a really powerful chart. And you know, you look at a chart, and usually somebody who is that prominent, and this was and is still one of the most powerful women in the world. She's been carried compared to Margaret Thatcher, but she's not like a Margaret Thatcher at all. So you would think that she would have a powerful Saturn. She has a pretty powerful Jupiter, which is conjunct the South Node. Yeah, that gives her a boost. But nothing else that is more than having to work your butt off to get what you want. Nothing else gives her a boost. So, that's Angela Merkel, bless her heart. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, yeah. So, this is a chart ruled by ideals. This balancing point right here is ideals. And she's tried to make an ideal Germany. And she's doing a damn good job of it. Ideals. Anyway, I pray that you're all well and that you're staying safe, wearing your mask when you go out, and telling the people you love that you love them. It's really important right now. Take care.